Hello and welcome. You've asked for more guides on how to kill tanks, so that's what we are going to do. Today we are looking at the IS-4M and we are going to try and figure out how to easily take it out of the battlefield. For our comparison, I've taken the rank 5 American heavy tank, the M103, and we are starting with its standard shot, which is an APBC type of ammo with about 290 millimeters penetration at 300 meters. I've chosen 300 meters because most of my encounters are at 300 meters and below when I play my heavy tanks, so I think that makes sense. Now, immediately if you look at the IS-4M, you will notice that the turret is quite heavily armored. You don't really have weak spots. You have a small weak spot around here that you can probably aim at. You have a weak spot here. They are very small, and ideally I would not recommend going for those unless you are forced to do so. I think the best option would be still to go for the hull. Even if you look at the hull, you will notice that the lower plate is not that big of a weak spot, and I think even if it goes in, it's probably that it's going to kill the driver, but not much. Where I would actually recommend that you fire is around here. It's this bulge, maybe it's a hatch, I'm not really sure, but either way, if you look at it from the front, you will notice that it is by far the weakest spot of the hull. Not super easy to go in. You can see that if you go here, it's going to be red, so you have to aim just below the gun, and that's your best chance. If it goes in, you are going to take almost everyone out. I would say maybe 5 out of 10 shots will take the whole crew out, and the rest of them will just leave the tank heavily disabled. Now, if the IS-4M driver will angle, which some of them might do, this is still a weak spot, but it becomes a bit more tricky to go in through. And if you fire here, you will see that the same effect is you can take most of the crew out and you will hit a lot of components inside. But it's not as easy to go. You have some other chances to maybe go around here. Again, very small areas where you can fire, and it's not gonna be super easy to do that. Now, if you see that you have no chance of actually hitting these weak spots, maybe they are covering the hull with some debris or some hill or something, although I don't think this tank has a huge gun depression. But in any case, if you find that it's not easy to do that, my next recommendation would just be to try and take out the gun. If you take out the gun, I don't think it's gonna hurt the crew, but at least you take out the gun. If you manage to do that, you then have the chance of going to the side, and then if you go to the side, you can just put shots around here. It will go in, it will hopefully take out most of the crew. The turret is still very good from the side, as you can see here. Even if I'm at the side, the turret is not really green, which means it's not a weak spot, but you can definitely go to here, you can put a shot in the side, and then it will take out most of the remaining crew if you haven't killed any crew yet, and then that's your best shot. In other situations, you may opt to go for the for the hit FS shell. The 103 has also the hit FS shell. Obviously the penetration is going to be about 100 millimeters higher, 90 to 100 millimeters higher, and this is going to overpower most of the hull. But keep in mind, hit generally has less post penetration damage, so even if you go in, so let's say the angle and it's a bit hard to go in, you switch to hit and you will be able to go to the side of the turret here, to the hull, and if you put the shot in the side of the turret, it will take out the gun most probably, not much damage to the crew. If you put the shot here, it will go in, it will damage some of the crew and some of the components. Again, this is not going to be a kill shot most of the times, but it's going to be a shot that allows you to disable the tank a bit. So let's say you put a shot here, you are going to take out the gunner maybe, and also the gun is going to suffer a bit, and then you can again move away from the front, try to go to the side, switch to your normal shot and do that. If you get the side, I would switch back from hit to normal shot, just because it's going to do more damage when it goes in. Alright, as you can see, the IS-4M is not an easy tank to take out, but as any tank, it's not invisible, so just figure out what is the best way for you in your situation, play it smart, Don't be super aggressive if you don't need to be, and I think you're gonna have a good time. Now, let me know in the comments if you want me to analyze other tanks, and I'll see you in the next one.